I want to talk a little bit about something, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I might shut my channel down. I'm not sure. I come across something. It turns out if a person's on Social Security, you can't have a YouTube channel. Um, apparently, apparently, if you have any kind of a channel at all, the Social Security Administration looks at that and they consider that you can do a job simply for knowing how to use a computer. Now, honestly, when I do videos, I don't know how to edit. Never have edited anything. I was thinking about learning, but I decided not to. I never do strenuous activity in the videos. Wherever I'm at, I'm always the one filming. So obviously, I wouldn't be doing any strenuous activity uh, because I'm not able to because of my leg and the prosthetic that I have is actually like well, before I had my accident. I used to go. I can't do it anymore, but I used to go right away when I had my actual leg a long time ago. Um, I know I can't do it now. I don't even try. But I have gone with people to as a passenger to lakes and filmed them while they're riding because I enjoy doing that. Um, I do enjoy taking videos and you know if I go with someone, uh, just showing the scenery, around the Arizona area. Um, most time I'm home for quite a while. But it turns out that if you have a YouTube channel, they can take your uh, money away. Unfortunately, if you have a YouTube channel on any kind of platform, they look at the mental aspect of making the channel as well as the time you put into it. Now, my channel is not monetized, so I don't receive anything. My videos and everything I talk about is educational. But I can't do a lot of things because I am disabled. There are some disabled people that would say that a person who's disabled, they try to do things in their everyday life that they used to do before they had their accident. I think most disabled people would feel the same way in most cases, that you just can't sit at home and do nothing. Like you can't just lay in bed and never go anywhere. I do have doctor appointments I have to attend for my health issues, but the Social Security Administration wants to take away your your money for any reason whatsoever, even if you have a YouTube channel. So I don't know if I'll shut it down or not. I'm not going to monetize my channel. Um, if you're disabled and you're part of the LGBT community or an ally and you have a YouTube channel, then it says they can take that away if you get between 1,460 or 26,000. Now, having a YouTube channel, you're not going to get rich because when you go on a live and you're doing a YouTube channel, um, Some of them might give you $5 or $10. I've seen that, but nobody's going to get like $100 or $300. I've never seen that. So having a YouTube channel, you're not going to get rich. I'm sure that if you put a lot of work into it, a person could get rich. But in most cases, however what I do, I will never get my channel monetized. Mine's educational and informative, basically. Since I am disabled, and I am part of the LGBT community, and yes, I'm a 52-year-old female. I've been trying to reach the female audience, but I get a lot of guys who watch my stuff or listen to me. I don't know why there's a lot more males watching my stuff than women. The count on women is low, but there's a lot going on in the political realm too. So I don't have like 1,000 followers, not like that. I have less than that. At some point, it could get up to that, but that doesn't mean that. I think that Social Security looks at it that if you're getting money, they don't want you to do anything. You basically have to be at home and do nothing, and just simply knowing how to use the computer can get you docked, or using a cell phone. Honestly, the only thing I know how to do on a computer is make videos, post, and things like that. I'm not really technologically advanced on how to edit videos and stuff like that. I don't spend lots of time on my videos. My videos are unedited. What I talk about is unedited. Some of you may not like that. But I've been an advocate for the LGBT community for quite a while, and I will continue to do that with local organizations that aren't transparent or don't have enough accountability. So most places when I go to like the store, if they have a sit-down cart that you sit down with the bags in front, I will usually get one of those. Because a lot of places I can't walk very long distances with my prosthetic. And there's a lot of times I need help, somebody there with me to assist me in walking. There are times that I have to take my prosthetic off because my right leg gets very painful and it's very uncomfortable while inside the socket. So I just want to warn everybody, it's like a PSA I guess I'm doing. If you have a YouTube channel and you're disabled and you're part of the LGBT community or whoever you are, just be careful on what you post so that the Social Security doesn't have anything to possibly take your stuff away. I've had my YouTube channel for almost 9 years, and I hope to grow it slowly, but I do hope to grow it. I'll probably never get it monetized. The reason why I started the channel was to talk about LGBTQ topics in the political realm and the laws and the statutes and all that stuff that is tied to all that. And also, since I've started doing the disabled parking thing, there are people that park. I did a video earlier that I filmed a Tesla at Costco that did not have an insignia on the plate, or they didn't have a placard in the window. The Tesla obviously has 360-degree cameras because they got camera lenses in the door, the black part of the door. So I don't like Teslas. I think they're stupid looking. I wouldn't own one. But I showed that this person did not have a parental placard. Now, ARS 2883 and 284 state that you cannot, under any circumstances, park there. However, if you're dropping off somebody who's disabled, you can park there momentarily, and then you have to move your vehicle. A lot of people just park there, whether they have a plate or placard or not, and think it's fine. Now, if you have paperwork, it states that if you have some type of paperwork, you either have to display it in the dash or you have to have it on you. I would assume if it's a letter from a doctor and you don't have a paper record, I would think that you would have to have it on you to show security, police, whoever, if they question you about it. For now, I'm going to keep my channel going, and I'm hoping that a lot of you will stick with me. And by the way, I want to shout out to Adam Gilligan. He's in Park, Arizona, and I've been watching his channel quite a bit. He did 2 lives today. I missed both of them, but I watched them anyway when I found them. So I'm hoping that Adam Gilligan is in Parker, Arizona, and I'm hoping to try to catch him. So doing YouTube is my hobby. It's not really a job. This is kind of what I do since I am disabled and can't work and have a hard time getting around. That's kind of my hobby. This is why I do YouTube. I talk about things that matter, that are going on in the political realm and the LGBT community and different things, and I will continue doing that. But I don't volunteer anywhere. I'm not connected with anybody as far as volunteering. The organizations I talk to on a daily basis that are LGBTQ friendly, mainly I just, through text or whatever. But I'm unable to do anything strenuous anyway. Everything I do, I need some assistance. So I have somebody that assists me right up until I go to sleep. And then I have a chair that I use when I have my prosthetic off. Thank you for the likes, everybody. I appreciate that. But I want to shout out to Adam Gilligan because, he was homeless down here. He was homeless in Arizona and down in Phoenix. And now he's in Park, Arizona, and he's doing things up there. And he's having a hard time finding work because of being homeless. And he's going through some things too. So I wish I would be able to talk to him, but I don't know what his schedule's like. I haven't really. I've made comments on his lives, positive ones. I've never tried to ask him how we could talk or whatever. But if possible, if he'd be willing to, I'd like to try to talk to him, either in person or, whatever the case may be. But, he's homeless and he's willing to work. But no one will give him a job for being homeless, and then you've got to have a mailing address, and then it can't be a P.O. box or something like that. So that's always, and he's constantly moving around. So even though he's homeless, he does have a YouTube channel. It's just Adam Gilligan, it's first and last name. Go check him out. I feel that having a YouTube channel, if you have one or create one and you've had to do it for a while, that does not constitute you know how to do a job. Because most people that have been doing it for a while, yeah, they're getting monetized, getting paid. But I also know that having a YouTube channel is not going to make you rich unless you put a lot of effort into your channel. Me, when I do videos or I do topics, I talk about things that matter to me or that are going on, but I don't edit nothing. Whether I do audio podcast type deal or I do a video. The videos I show people that park in handicapped spaces that are not disabled, and then a disabled person comes along and they have to walk further than they normally do because somebody parked in a handicap space without a printed placard. And ARS 283 and 284 state that you must have a plate, insignia, or a placard. I've got both on my vehicle. I've got a plate and placard, so I'm allowed to park in the handicapped spaces. And I've got a blue placard, which is permanent. So, but my videos I do on that are to educate those, and also in hopes that at some point a law enforcement officer will enforce that law, or someone at the business will call up and, give authorization for the car to be towed or ticket or something. So far, I haven't seen that, and that's why I do it, because I cannot walk long distances. Like I don't go into a Walmart or a Costco and walk around. I get one of the sit-down carts when they're available, and then I drive myself around. Because walking that far all the way around Costco, and Costco's obviously a big warehouse, unless you can tolerate that, most cases a person ain't able to do that if they got some kind of health issue. So yeah, I don't go in there and walk around and be like, oh, it's okay, I'll lie down. I don't do that. But anyway, everybody, that is what I want to talk about. I'll be back on later, if not tonight, sometime tomorrow, and do another video, another talk, or whatever you want to call it. I want everybody to have a safe weekend and be safe out there. If anyone has any plans over the weekend, have fun doing that. Be safe. Had somebody ask me earlier about where to go. Well, I think I'm gonna head Tortilla Flats, wherever that's at. They got a saloon that's got dollar bills on the wall, from what I've been told, and I've seen some videos they posted about it, which they do. I'm not sure how good the food is, but yeah, go to Tortilla Flats, and they've got, launch ramps for boats, jet skis, whatever else you got, and it's it would just make it a day trip. I heard it's pretty nice up there, Anyway, that is all for now. I'll be back on either later tonight or tomorrow, sometime throughout the day, evening, whenever. I just kind of get on here at random or whenever I feel like it, and just kind of discuss things and tell people where I found the information and pass that resource on. But I'm unable to do any heavy lifting or any kind of strenuous activity. So this is like my hobby. I don't get paid for it. I'm not trying to monetize the channel. But, as long as I'm allowed to have it, I'll try to keep it the best I can. Anyway, everyone have a good night, and I will talk to you in the next one. Remember, stop the hate. And, the division in the LGBT community. And one other thing. Everybody's worried right now about trans people, where they play sports, what restroom they use. We have a pedophile, a rapist, a felon in the White House. And most of you are more worried about trans people and trans women or trans men then you are the rapist, the pedophile, and the felon in the White House. I don't understand why that is. Other than those of you who are worried about that are MAGA cult, you follow Hitler, and you are part of an organization that is dangerous. And or you're Republican, one of the two. Anyway, Pink Angel 52 female. I will see you on the next one. Have a good night.